here we have Ryder. I hope you can hear and see me okay. This is going to be his go home video, so it's going to have all his commands in it. I do apologize, it is a little chilly, so I'm pretty bundled up. But, so we're outside. We're going to do his sits and downs in this video. It is going to be his go home video, so it's going to have all of his commands in it. That way you can refer back to this video when he comes home. So I'm going to toss this leash to the side. We don't really need it. I'm going to take some treats. Ryder. Sit. Good boy. When he jumps, I'm going to tell him, I don't want him jumping on me, or anyone for that matter. So just telling him, really helps him succeed. So I'm going to tell him, down. Good. And I use a lot of positive marker words like yes, good, good boy. Different things like that. Just, it gives him a treat, almost with praise, pretty much, is what the idea is. Ryder. Ryder. Down. Yes, good boy. Ryder. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. And the hand signals, if you can't see them that far away, are sit and down. So sit like you're gesturing their nose up to the sky, and down is like you're pushing their nose down into the ground. Sit. Good. Hey. Down. Good boy. And it's either down or sometimes I'll just point to the ground telling them down. Yes. Oh, did you drop it? I'm sorry. Down. Good boy. Ryder, sit. Yes. And have leaves stuck to you, you silly goose. Sit. Good. Just do a couple more of them. That way you get the idea. Down. Good boy. You know, my hair looks yummy, doesn't it? Sit. Good. And I can even do it while I'm walking, too. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Sit. Good. Good boy. You are covered in leaves. Down. Yes. Good boy. Down. Good boy, Ryder. Yeah, those were Ryder sits and downs. We are going to go do his leash walking now, so stay tuned for that.
So in this video, we are going to be doing Ryder's leash walking. I want him to walk on that nice loose leash. So telling him, easy if he goes out in front of me, or just pulling him along, telling him this way when I'm ready to go. So he's walking really nice, telling him, if he tries to go to the other side of me. Good boy. And then, of course, rewarding him with some treat rewards. Here you go. Sorry, you're stepping on that. There you go. This way. Good boy. Good boy. Telling him, yes, good boy, all the time. Making sure he knows that this behavior is really good. This way. Telling him this way when we're changing direction. Good boy. So continuing on now that we're on the pavement. Like I said before, lots and lots of praise. Leave it. If you notice he goes to smell something you don't want him, just telling him, leave it. And kind of give him a little tug. I don't mind giving tugs, especially because you don't want him always thinking that he needs to stop and smell everything. Easy. Good boy. See, I was waiting for me. That's what I want. I'm going to reward that. Come on this way. Good boy. Come on. Good. So giving him a few little tugs. Don't mind that at all. Come on. Yes. Good boy. I want him to sit when I stop. Good job. Good boy, Ryder. That just means he's paying attention. He's being attentive to you. Ryder. Good. Come on. Do apologize. My hands are pretty cold, so I'm not sure if you can see how chilly they might be in the camera. But I forgot gloves today, so we're running without gloves. That's okay. This way. Good boy. So then I want him to come along the side of me. Ryder. This way. Good. So I want to make sure he's on my left side. This way. Good boy. If I have to give him a little tug, that's okay. And I want him to sit. Good. He likes to be a little prancy boy and give me his paw when he sits. Come on this way. Come on. Yes, good. Good boy. When I do give him tugs like that, When I do give him tugs like that, Ryder, no. Good boy. It just means that he needs to pay attention to me. So when he goes out in front of me like that, I'm going to let him hit the end of the leash. He can control his own slack. When he comes back, yes, good boy. Here. When he comes back to my left side, that's when he gets the release. So he kind of controls what he does in the terms of leash walking and slack. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Ryder. So he's going to go to the end of that. That's totally fine. But when he comes back, that's when he's going to get the release. So he controls that. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Then have him sit next to me. Good boy, Ryder. Yes, that's very good. Yeah, that was Ryder's leash walking. Like I was mentioning before, when I give him that tug, it just means he needs to learn to be attentive towards me. And eventually he'll learn that. That way he doesn't need to get any tugs at all. He's just going to glue right to my left side. And that's what we want in the long run. Good boy. So here is going to be Ryder's kennel and weight commands. So I wanted to voice this over just because it was a little loud in the room that I was in. And there wasn't really many other rooms available. So I decided to use this one. So here I'm practicing his kennel and then weight. So you don't always have to use treats for the kennel and weight, especially if you just emptied their tank. It's bedtime. You don't want to fill their tank back up by doing the kennel with the treats. You can use toys. You can even just pick them up and put them right in there if needed. But making sure it's a positive experience does help, especially the kennel and weight games. So if you want to do some games during the day using toys, treats, squeaky toys, different things like that, helps him. The weight command is very versatile, so you can use it for multiple different instances, such as going in and out of stores, in and out of doors, in and out of the car, up and down aisles, different things like that. It's very versatile. You can use it for multiple different things, such as those things. And the kennel is just kind of plain Jane for what it is. It's to go into a kennel, or some people use bed or house, different things like that. Also as another word you could use, but he is taught kennel, tossing that treat in. You can even just point to the kennel eventually down the road once he knows what it is, and he'll know that he is to go into the kennel or to go to bed, different things like that. You can always change over to if you needed. But for the kennel and weight commands today, I'm just sharing with you the info that I have. Making sure when you do kennel him, he has lots of crate safe toys in there, such as rubber toys, Nylabones, sometimes long-term treats if you want to do that, like hooves or bully sticks. I would recommend getting a bully stick holder if you do want to leave a bully stick in there, just because you want him to be safe in there and not accidentally choke on it, or just take it away when it gets short. And then making sure if he does whine and cry in the crate in your house, totally ignoring him. Except for in the mornings, I wouldn't use this command in the morning, only because they need to go out and go potty as soon as they wake up for that puppy age. So just not using the weight command in the mornings, making sure you let them right out, let them go outside, and not using the weight is also going to set you guys up for success and make it a positive experience, whereas maybe it might be a negative experience if you make him wait, if you get what I'm saying. So just making sure you don't acknowledge them in the crate if they're whining or barking. And if you need to, you can put a sheet over that kennel if needed. That's totally fine too, because you don't want to feed into that and make him bark for longer to be let out. But he's a really great boy. So in this video, we are going to be doing Ryder's place command. So I have a command in the office here. Ryder. Ryder is making his way, or making his rounds, I should say, to all the little puppies in this room. Ryder. Ryder. Place. Place. You must not use your place command, just tell him place. Place. I can go over and praise him, that's perfectly fine. Just keeping the praises to a minimal. You don't want to get him super riled up during this command. Place. Good boy. Lots of distractions. We love working through distractions. Good place. And I always want to remind him place when I walk away. That way he knows he's still in the place command and he is to still listen to me. And even through distractions, he is still on the placemat. He doesn't need to go say hi to everyone. This command is very useful, especially in situations, say someone's coming into the home. You don't want him to go up and greet them right away. This is nice because
You can kind of hang back in the place command while everything settles down, and then you can release him when you're ready to have him go up and greet your guests. Good boy, Ryder. Good boy. Okay. Yes. And the release word is always okay. Ryder. Ryder. Come here. Yes. Place. Good boy. Place. And if he looks like he's gonna break, I'm gonna tell him place. And then when I put him back on there, I'm gonna tell him place in a firmer tone of voice. That way he's reminded that he's still in that command. Another one is while you're doing the dishes, while you're eating dinner, you don't want him around your feet or under the table banging. Place. So when he gets distracted with something and goes off, I'm going to pick him up or take his collar and lead him right back to that place command. Place. Good boy. Good. Yes. I don't like to give them treats during this command, but I'll go over the treats like the bottom of their chin or around their back area. I don't want to rile him up because I don't want him to think that or jump off on accident because he's so riled up. I want him to make sure he gets released and will come up. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. We're going to do this just one more time. Ryder. Hey. Come here. Place. Good boy. Good boy. Place. And the place command, he can do whatever he wants on that bed as long as he stays on the place command. Place. So he can sit, lay down, stand up, spin around, whatever he wants to do, as long as he stays on that place command. Place. Now I'm going to walk around and walk out of sight. Actually, I'll go right from the store. Place. Place. Good. Good boy. Place. Place. Okay. Good boy. And then lots and lots of praise because that was really good of him. Good boy, Ryder. So this video we are going to be doing Ryder sit stays and down stays. So I have him on a little leash just because he wants to go visit with all the puppies in this room. So I just decided to put him on the leash that way he can't get too far away if he breaks. The stays are pretty much just introduced at this age, but I wanted to give you a little bit of intel on how to do them and how to be successful continuing the stays. So we're going to do a sit stay first. Sit, stay, stay. Now if he goes to break, I'm going to tell him walk around, stay, breaks. I'm going to pick him up, put him right back to where he was, put him in that sit and tell him stay. So it's kind of like the place command where I correct it and bring them back to that same position. Stay. Good boy. And I can keep flashing that flat open stop sign like hands is what I use for my command. Just telling him stay like that. Oops. Okay. And then the same release word. Good boy. Good boy, Ryder. We're going to bring him back to that same spot. We'll do a down stay this time because we'll just alternate back and forth. So I'm going to have him going that down, pointing to the ground. Yes, stay. Stay. Now I use positive markers instead of rewards for the stays when they go into the position because I don't want to give them the reward and then think he can break from that. So I put him into the down, tell him yes, and then stay with that flat open hand. No treats until the end. Now, eventually down the road, I can go up and pet him and praise him, but for the stage right now, I'm not going to do that yet, just because I don't want to get him excited and then be released or try and come up to get praise. Okay, good boy. Good, yes. Good boy, Ryder. Sit, stay. Stay. Sit. Girl, push up against the stay. Now, if you wanted, he can fix his legs. I wouldn't mind that. The slippery floors are also a little bit tougher too, but they can still hold it. That's why I tend to put their butts against the wall. That way they can hold it a little easier. Sit. Stay. Stay. Ryder is doing very well with his commands, as you can see. He learns quickly and he loves to please you, so he strives to do better and better. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. Gonna do one more. Stay. Ryder. I know, you want to go say hi. Down. Yes. Stay. Down. Stay. So the same thing. So any kind of break in the command, even if they're staying and they pop up into a sit, I still want to put them back into that down. And if they pop into a down from a sit stay, I want to put them back into that sit stay. Stay. And by doing that, you can pretty much just maneuver with your hands, pop their butt down, pop their butt, or pop their front legs down, pop them up, different things like that. Being gentle about it, but also making sure they know the difference between a sit stay and a down stay. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. Let's do one more sit stay and then we'll finish on a positive note. And making sure you always finish on a positive note is also very important. Sit. Okay, let's come a little closer to the wall. Sit. No, you don't want to just stay. Come here. Sit. Stay. Sit. Stay. Making sure you end on that positive note sets you as well as Ryder up for success. Just because you want to make sure he has a positive experience and doesn't have a negative effect on training, as well as you guys, because you want to enjoy training too. Okay. This video isn't meant to be perfect. It's meant to be a go-home video. That way you have all of his commands. You can refer back to it. That way you know how to work through different situations and different breaks and different things like that. That way if you are struggling with training once he comes home, I'll go over everything with you. But sometimes you're so excited to get the puppy that it's hard to concentrate. I know. Yes. And you forget everything once I walk out the door. So having this go-home video for you to refer back to is very useful and helpful for you as well as Ryder. Good boy.